right, guys, thanks so much for joining us on the back nine. This is Jim from Disc Golf Brah here. We got Larry Warwick at -2, Dylan and Max tied up at even, Chris Spear at +2. We got a great card for you guys. Again, this is the 2023 Cross Farms Open, sponsored by Heiser Disc Sports, powered by AJP Electric. We got a fun back for you guys. It's going to bring us to hole 10, par 3, 335. This is kind of a straight dead hallway with a little bit of distance. We're going to see a lot of kind of straight putter shots for those with a lot of power, or even a Heiser flip mid-range. A couple of forehands we might see backdoor. We do have our lefty on the card, so we're going to see a couple different shot shapes from these guys. Max going back to this Envy here, just wants a little more turn on it. Finds that early rock wall. Larry's going to go to this OG CD1 here. Gives a good amount of height, just want a little more flex on it. He hits one of those early trees as well. We're going to see Chris go into this Star Eagle, something a little faster, had some nice turn on it. Maybe need a little more height. Nope, that's perfect. Gets a really good ground play. Like I said in the front, we got some speedy greens here. We got some rocks. We got some roots on the green. Makes for a lot of fun kind of disc play on these greens. We're going to see a nice smooth buzz out of Dylan here. We just want a little more turn, but this is looking real nice. Kind of back door behind this tree. If that trickles down, yeah, that'll be a nice smooth downhill birdie putt for him. This is where Max ended up right by this one tree. Didn't have much to work with. Need something that has a lot of skip and hyzer here, and yeah, that'll work. I think that's the same Envy there for him. That'll work. This looks like a zone up shot here from Larry. Just gets a little tugged on this one. Hits that early tree, unfortunately, still away. Just looking to kind of lay it up and down, half bid there. He'll have to take a bogey and move on. This is where Dylan ended up. Great shot. Easy tap in birdie for him. Little momentum shifting here on the back. We got some score separators. This is going to be Max's kind of tap in par. A little bit more than a tap in, but really good putt. Finds those high chains. This is where Chris ended up. Just a great shot, pin high, with some good ground play on him. Hopefully get him closer to that even range. Larry's going to tap in for his bogey. And don't look now, folks, but we got a tie up top again. Scores are moving. It's going to bring us to hole 11, par 3, 284. One of the shorter holes again, but you do have to have a very specific disc and shot choice in mind. You want to throw something that's kind of high and has a big skip, big hyzer. You can throw kind of a forehand flex if you want to throw something high with some flex on it. You're going to see a lot of kind of high hyzers from these guys. Something that skips towards the end. It's not a long hole, but it's got to have a big fade and a big skip. Chris going to that Justice here. Just gets a little tugged on it. I think it kissed that tree, and then it just took off. And this is a big skip. That's a great shot, about pin high. I think it got a little speed boost off that tree, but he put a lot of zip on that. This is the new Zone OS from Dylan here. Good height, just gets a little early tree kick there. But asking for a lot out of a beefy Zone OS there. I think that was a good shot, though. Max looking to go something a little different route, low and smooth. Just needs to miss that one tree and does not. All right, this is a Sexton Firebird here from Larry. Really good line. Just need a little more push, but that's actually great. That's where you need to be to miss that big clump of trees. It's going to be Max's long jump putt attempt. Goes for the big high hyzer spike putt route. Does a little dance on the rock. I'll have to take that par. And this is right in Larry's range that he likes, this jump putt. Really trusts this disc. And the wind, I think, came into play on both of those putts, but really pushed the nose up on that one. This is Dylan's range with this Roach. We've seen him make a lot of putts in this range. Nice, smooth putting stroke. Wow. Great catch there. Really good putt. You can see he's happy with that one. A little smile that one off. That was a good putt. What you're going to see a lot on this course is kind of higher putts, so it doesn't take a big rock kick and roll away. Really good birdie putt there from Chris, but a really fun hole where you can get some big numbers on this hole. Find yourself some trouble on these trees. Larry's got a little longer than he wanted after that jump putt, but that'll par. Really good putt. Dylan taking the lead with that birdie putt, putting him at -2. Max is going to tap in for his par, and we got some action going on the back. That's going to move us over to hole 12, par 3, 370. This one is a big hole with a lot of micro gaps, I would say. The drone is going to kind of take this gap where we get lost a little bit. You can go kind of straight through this clump of trees where the drone is moving. You can go left side gap on a forehand flex or a big flip up, hyzer, a bunch of different routes you can kind of pray and take on this hole, but this is definitely a challenging hole. Kind of lost where we were on the drone there, but it's kind of a straight down the hallway shot with a bunch of trees and a bunch of different clumps of things in your way. Looking at the tee, it's very, very daunting shot. We're going to see this Halo Destroyer out of Chris. I like this play a lot, just need a little more height, and just missed his line a little bit, but gets a good amount of distance chewed off there. This is this Undertaker from Dylan here. This is the gap you'll see mostly on the right-hand side. Just needs to get through that tree. Just needs to get through that invisible tree. This is a Flippy Star Wraith, Flippy one out of Max, and this does some flippy, beautiful dances. I niced him. Right until that one tree that was looking kind of picture perfect. You really got to throw something that has height. It's got a little bit of movement. It's a tough hole. We're going to see a Cloudbreaker 3, or excuse me, a Sexton Firebird here from Larry. On the last hole he threw a buzz. That's my mistake. This is a Firebird here. Really good shot shape. About pin high, a little shorter, but that's really good line for him to take there. Dylan has a really good kind of open look at the basket here. So he's looking to ring one up here. Put some good height on it, something that's stable. And I thought for a second he was going to ring that one up. Kind of more distance than I thought right there, but really made a good run. Shout out to Cue Baller Catch Cam guy. Maxwell's going with that Brah Wizard just to nestle up nicely. That's a good shot. Yeah, you can just see how many different trees are in the way on this course. Kind of a quick shot there from Chris that we missed. And he'll be up again after that early tree hit. Jump putt attempt here. Looking to dial this one in. A lot of rocks on this one, a lot of trees, a lot of leaves. Not so much wind on this hole because there's just no room for the wind to get through. Larry looking to get crazy off the tree there. He told me he was doing that one for me off the tree. Good run there for him. See if Dylan can tap in this par, which he can. Great putt. Really happy with the par on this hole, hole 12. Kind of starts this mess of really tough holes to get through. Playing at about par, though, for these pros. Definitely a challenging hole. Good par there for Max. Larry kind of smiling as he steps up for his par. And Chris with the unfortunate bogey there. That's going to move us to a super tricky one. I'd say the hardest hole on the course. Hole 13, par 3, 378. Check out this drone shot. You got to throw something that's high. Find some sort of gap here. Definitely a par 4 in most people's eyes, but a really challenging par 3. You really got to get through a bunch of different gaps. Kind of a move. You got to have the disc move in a way that it doesn't really move. Or throw something that gets kind of a couple kicks here. But really challenging par 3. You could throw a forehand flex that does some crazy stuff. Kind of praying a lot of throws for these guys. This is that Undertaker from Dylan. And just wants to find that backdoor gap. You can see on that catch cam shot, there is that gap there. Max looking to find it with this high Star Destroyer. And doesn't touch anything. That's a good shot. That's really kind of where you want to be for your next shot. It's going to give him an easy up and down for par. Here's that Cloudbreaker 3 out of Larry. Similar line as Max, just need to miss that one skinny tree. And we're going to see a little felon out of Chris here. Bunch of sneaky trees that you can't really see off the tee. I've had a lot of people say that they take a different route on this hole that's not even on the fairway. Just like they make their own line because there's just not a real way to get a birdie on this hole in my eyes. But that's what makes it such a good hole. Big score separator, I would say. Here's Chris's upshot. Really got to get sneaky through this gap and just kind of early release that one. Dylan looking to go up and down with a forehand turnover here. Good height, good angle. And I think this tree helped a lot slow him down. I think he had too much zip on that one, but that's parked for par. This is where Maxwell ended up. Looking to go left side gap with the zone. And yeah, that's how you kind of draw up this hole. Get a decent shot off the tee and put yourself in good position, which he does. Here's Chris's upshot with that slammer there. Takes an unfortunate kick. That'll be a longer putt than he wants. This is Larry's range for that jump putt. He really likes this, feels comfortable in this range. Looking to dial that back that he had on the front nine. And maybe in his head a little bit about how well he putted on the front and just kind of losing that touch on the back. But a lot of disc golf left to play. Good run there from Chris. I thought he dialed that in nice. Longer par putt from Maxwell, but really played this hole correctly, I would say. Happy with a par. Just gotta move on. All right, we're gonna start to see a couple scores move around coming on these holes, but Dylan with another par there. Larry taking a bogey. So we got a tie at second there. Double bogey for Chris. Yeah, a lot of scores happen on that hole. Got to go check out Heiser Disc Sports. Thanks for sponsoring this tournament and this coverage. Great company, great family. Got to go check them out. Vernon, Connecticut. It's going to bring us to hole 14, par 3, 328. Really fun hole here. One of the kind of trickier lines, but also really kind of a playful hole where you want to get through this gap where the drone is going, but you really got to get something that's kind of straight. We're going to see a lot of putter throws out of these guys, mid-ranges. There are some safe gaps you can play, but you got to get through this initial kind of gap that's far away. We're going to see a tomahawk here from Dylan. I like this play a lot. We saw him practicing in the intro. Just maybe missed his gap there. You see this destroyer from Max going on this right side gap I was talking about. Just needed to be a little more right. That's a big old kick. All right, Larry going back to this Firebird. I like this play for the lefty. He's going to try and follow that line that Maxwell is going to take. Just needs a little more turn on it. And it's a real kick. All right, we're going to see a nice buzz out of Chris here, and this is that local pro gap. This is so smooth and made it look so easy. That's a great shot. Don't forget this hole's 328, so you got to be smooth with distance on this hole. That was a great shot. We see Chris's local kind of legs coming through on this one. All right, Larry in a tough spot here. Maybe trying to do too much there. And unfortunate kick there. Here's where Dylan ended up. Just looking to go high hyzery. There is kind of a rock wall around the green, so it's not the easiest green to access if you're on the right side. That's kind of where he'll end up, but that should putt. Another long jump putt coming for Larry. Kind of a common theme on this back for him. Puts himself right outside the circle on a lot of his shots. Starting to get a little frustrated on this hole, but this is a tough hole where bad kicks can really punish you. Nice upshot there from Max. Get some weird ground play, but that'll putt. Good up and down there from Dylan. Puts himself in a good spot. And smooth par putt. Absolute beauty of a tee shot from Chris. That's a great birdie. Hole 14 is a great birdie to get. Good par there from Max. Kind of used the whole length of the hole on that one to get that par. And we're going to see a bogey from Larry there, putting Max in solo second. Battle's happening. We got a couple holes left. Hole 15, one of my favorite as a forehand player. You can really put a forehand flex on this one. But par 3, 272. This is a tight gap off the tee. You want to do something forehand flexy. That flex is right around here. Starts to finish towards the right. Not a lot of other hole, shots come into play. Maybe a backhand hyzer flip, something that flips really sharply, but it's a tight gap. We're going to see a lot of flexes out of these guys. And this is that buzz from Chris. Just doesn't get enough turn that he wants. We're going to see a force here out of Dylan. And this has the good height. This is a really good flex. Kind of did like 10% power and oh my god. Almost rang that one up. That looked really good off the tee. Had some nice skippy finish to it. That's what you really want. Distance driver at 272 really comes into play. We're going to see a zone from Max here. Two different styles there. We're going distance driver to an approach. Just finds that early clump. Larry trying to go sneaky here. Doesn't get the turn that he wants. And an early kick there. Just looking to get up and down here for Larry. And that's a little more than he wanted, but should be right in his range. Max going back to that zone, looking to get up and down or ring one up. And that's a good shot. Chris throwing, I think this is a harp for his upshot here. Put some nice height on it. And just missed the ring up on that one. Chris really good angle controls on his upshot kind of all day on those forehand upshots. Here's Dylan's birdie putt. That would have been a nice icing on the cake for him there. Just another low putt from Larry. Max going to tap in here for his par. So still a battle going on. I think if Dylan hit that birdie putt, it would have been a lot of separation with a couple holes left. But Maxwell's still in it now. We got a lot of holes to play. Larry's still in it. Chris is still in it. We're all there. Moving on to hole 16. Tapping in for his par there is Chris. Larry's going to move to +2 as well. Got a lot of good holes left. Hole 16, par 3, 255. This is another similar hole where it's just trees everywhere. Not a lot of distance. You got to pick a specific line and have something that finishes kind of straight with a little flip to the right. We're going to see some backhand hyzer flips, backhand flat to turnover, putters, a bunch of different lines on this hole. Chris going to this envy here, kind of flat to turnover and just needs to finish at the end. This is a great shape that finds a backdoor gap. Yeah, that's that local gap. Really nice shot. Dylan's going to go to his roach here, just looking on a little baby anhyzer. It's got to finish back towards the hole. Actually gets a good kick back towards the hole, but has a lot of distance left. Maxwell showing off that Brah wizard. Feeling confident. Throws this thing all the time. It's very warped and very pretty. Nice height. It's got a little turn. It's got to finish back towards the hole. Gets a long kick, but that'll be a birdie look for sure. Larry going back to that judge. We see him throw nice, smooth, straight. Get some good slide at the end. And yeah, the leaves kind of gobbled him up there, but he'll have a look. Dylan go back to this roach. About 65 on this jumper. Good run. That'll par. Larry, maybe 45 left on this one. Downhill. Good run, good run. And this is where Max ended up. Just on the left side of this tree. A birdie here would be lovely. And yeah, center change there. Starting to dial it in. You see some fist bumps from his buddies. Really good camaraderie all day out of these guys. I know Max and Dylan from New York, definitely friends. They play with each other. Chris kind of the local, Larry from Rhode Island. So a really fun card to watch here. Great birdie from Chris. Good par there from Larry. And Dylan going to tap in his par as well. So don't look now. We got Dylan in the lead by 1. Max right behind him at -1. We got some good action coming up on these next holes. Hole 17, this could be a score separator. Par 3, 253. Not a lot of distance. You want to see kind of a backhand flat to turnover and finish towards the hole. We're going to see some fairway drivers, distance drivers, kind of big height. Got to have a lot of height on your backhand here. It's got to finish kind of straight towards the hole. Chris is going to this Star Wraith here. Nice pretty yellow one. And this is looking great out of his hand. Just got to miss that one tree, which it does. Just kind of hyzers out a little early. Needed a little more turn on it. Yeah. think on the drone you can tell you need a lot more turn than you think you might off the tee. This is that Star Destroyer for Max, which has been working so well, and this is looking picture perfect. It's going to finish right towards the hole, and yeah, it's almost parked. Great shot. Dylan feeling a little pressure after that shot. I'm sure he's going to throw an annex here, hoping to match that line. Really good height turnover there. Get backdoor, yep. Right about similar distance to Mac. That's a great shot to match there. Larry's going to go to a newer DD3 here. Backhand. This lines up nice for a hyzer flip for him. Yeah, had the speed, had the distance there. Just need to miss that one tree. But that would have been a big skip for him, I think. Right back in this Larry zone. Kind of a longer jump putt. That looked good off his hand. Chris with about 35, 40 left in this putt. And the wind does come through this kind of tunnel behind the basket, so these jumpers are not easy. This putt from Dylan is definitely not easy. We're going to hear the wind kind of whipping throughout a lot of this hole and the next hole, so he's really going to take his time with this one. Big putt. Yeah, perfect. Pro side, nice height. That's the season pro putt for you. That was a big putt. Put the pressure on Max for this birdie putt, because this is not a gimme. Look great off the tee, but this is a lot of distance left. Max is no rookie. Buries that one. That's a great birdie putt. We got a battle going on, folks. Dylan at -3, Max at -2. It's a lot of fun disc golf going on. Larry's going to tap in here for par. A little frustrated with his lead kind of slipping away, but great round for him so far. One more hole to play. Chris going to tap in here for par. And that's it, folks. We're going to move to our last hole on this round, hole 18, par 3. This is a great finishing hole. And for great, I mean, it's very challenging, and anything can kind of happen on this hole. The drone is going to take this backdoor kind of backhand hyzer route. What you're really going to want to see is backhand hyzer flip that pushes with a lot of distance. 375 is no short hole. And then this green is crazy where it just kind of opens up to the world, and all this wind is whipping right through this hole. So a lot of crazy things can happen on this hole. We got a lot of headwind kind of with these players, but a really fun ending hole. Knuckles all around, except for me. All right, this is a big shot coming out of here for Max. And this is a Halo T-Bird 3, and I thought this was a shank off his hand. Finds this backdoor sneaky gap and just stays straight. And check out this kick off this tree. Absolutely perfect. About 18 feet left. He can't believe it. He shook up. That was such a clutch kind of finish and result for him. Give him that birdie look, possibly tie Dylan. Dylan looking to match here. Gets a good angle on this. Just gets a little low. And he'll have a lot kind of left up and down. He'll have a little bit of a birdie look, birdie putt there, but a lot left for him. Chris going back to that Star Eagle here. He's going to show us this local route, which gets right through that main gap with a little turn. This is a great shot. And he almost puts his disc right in that lost and found box. I think he was just kind of putting it there. He's sick of it. But that was a great shot. Outdrive the hole, which on this hole is incredible. Really nice shot there from Chris. We're going to see a Cloudbreaker 3 out of Larry here. And similar thing. I don't know if that's a gap he wanted to, but gets a little hyzery, and that's a great shot too. There's a lot of great shots on this hole. This hole, you typically see a lot of shanks. Dylan walking up to see Max's shot. He can't believe where that ended up. Knows that he needs to get up and down. I can't believe he would want to run this one because it is a death putt beyond the hole that can roll all the way down to the soccer field. So he's going to play it smart, put the pressure on Max. This is where Chris ended up by this lost and found box and the tree. Right about pin high. Not a long putt, but obstructed for sure. Good bid there. Nice spin putt through the wind. He had a good look at it. This is where Larry ended up. Yeah, great birdie to finish for Larry. Really good round. Tough kind of back holes for him, but that was a great round. So this is it for Max. This would be to tie and force a playoff with Dylan. I think the wind just got to him, the pressure, maybe the cameras. That's a tough putt for anybody, especially with the tournament on the line. Definitely not happy about it, but incredible shot. Incredible tournament from Max. He's going to tap in for his par. Not the result he wanted, but that putt was so tough. And I think rushed it a little bit. Maybe he could have taken a lot more time. Goes over and shakes Dylan's hand. He knows he got the win, but incredible late battle with these guys. I think the score throughout has been fun to watch for sure. Dylan, seasoned pro, taking home the win. Chris is going to tap in his par here. Incredible tournament here for Dylan. Great win. They're going to check their score, and we're going to see this awesome trophy that Dylan's going to get. Big shout out to Heiser Discs for always putting out the best trophies. We can hear that wind totally ripping off the audio microphone. Check out these cool trophies. They do these every year. Handheld owls. They carve these owls. They're just incredible. Huge congrats to Dylan. Played it smart the whole time. Incredible disc golf out of these guys. 993 round from Dylan. Maxwell just missed the victory there, 983. Chris and Larry, great playing. Great tournament from these guys, +1. Catch Cam Brad right behind him at 5th place. Really fun tournament. This course is incredible. Definitely check it out. Don't be intimidated by the trees or what you hear. It is an awesome course. Again, huge shout out to Heiser Discs for sponsoring this coverage. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This is Jim from Disc Golf Brah. We'll see you in the next one.